Hello, this is Dr. Young, and I'm going to go over your discussion and your individual work this week. So for your discussion, we're going to talk about background checks and employee selection. So you're going to respond to all of these questions. In your opinion, are background checks worth the cost and time they incur? Why or why not? Do you think testing or interviewing is more effective as part of the employee selection process? Explain why. What guidelines should HR managers follow to ensure they practice legal employee selection? Explain why. So when you're answering this question, you're going to talk about whether you think testing and interviewing is effective in selection, why or why not. Give me some advantages, give me some disadvantages. Background checks they do cost the organization money. Are they worth it? Why or why not? How do you know if they're worth it? What are some, in this question, I would say, tell me about what are some of the consequences of not conducting the background checks, to kind of tell us in order to, express why they're important. What guidelines should HR managers follow to ensure they practice legal employee selection? Go to the DOL, Department of Labor, look up employment laws, hiring laws. And you can use that as for material along with your text and lecture, but you should be able to find out what laws have to be followed when they hire someone. That's how you answer that discussion question pretty much. Make sure to post detailed responses. One of the most common problems I'm seeing is students posting short responses to classmates. Focus on 2 detailed responses. Don't give me 3 or 5 short ones, because that's going to make you lose points. I'm more concerned about quality versus quantity. And so we're going to move on to the individual work assignment. It needs to be a minimum of 2 pages in length, full pages. You're going to go to your textbook for this one. You're going to read the case and answer questions 1 and 2 in depth. So let's go to that page. And I know some of you are having some issues with nerves about the online text. It's really easy to use, though. That's why I kind of go to it when I'm going over the assignments, just to kind of give you some, this is kind of how you would progress through it. All right, let's see. All right, I'm sorry. I think I lost my 243. That's wrong. Sorry. 243. See, I can't even remember what page it was either. Okay. In case you're having any trouble remembering. Probably not. Future disclosure on sex offenders. Read this and answer these 2 questions. This is a very sad case, very scary, but unfortunately, you really have to be careful when you're hiring. And these 2 cases are presented with, you need to tell me what a manager should have done and should do in each of the 2 cases, what should have been done. And then what circumstances might lead you to make different decisions in different cases under Megan's Law. So make sure to read this thoroughly. Is it job specific as far as, whether you check this information or not, the registry? Should it even be an issue? Should it be every job? Why or why not? So I'm not going to, read the case to you, as you can read the case, but I want you to really talk about what, and it's hard to keep your emotions out of this, but basically from the perspective of the law, when when should you check, when should you not. You have to make sure that you know, you look at it more objectively when you answer the questions. Don't put your emotions in it. I want an objective answer. You know, you've got issues of discrimination versus employee safety here. I want you to explore that and tell me what you think based on these questions. So that's really that assignment. Make sure that you proofread it carefully. Make sure that you give me at least 2 pages minimum. It needs to be formatted in APA style. Remember APA style over here. You go over here, you can find some. This is the best resource on APA style that I know of. And there's another one here, but this should be everything that you would ever need to get APA format right. This is an excellent site. So make sure that you're using this when you cite your and when you go here, you're going to usually, and if you're going on the internet and doing research, you're going to use 2 pages mostly. Reference list, electronic sources, and then in-text citations, the basics. There's one of the pages in this one. These 2 you'll probably refer to the most because, you know, most of you do a lot. I mean, and then of course your book. But once you cite your book, you always know how to cite your book. I mean, in other words, this is the format for your book, and you use it over and over again throughout the course. But during, you know, your research, you might be looking at different sites throughout the course. So go to this and write the reference list first, then go back to the in-text citations, the basics, and learn how to insert the in-text citation within the body of your paper. How do you say it? Like, according to blah, 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 in the year, you know, that's how you would do it. So anyway, that's really all there is. I'm seeing improvement in grades in the class. I know that you're progressing. It takes practice to learn APA. It's all it is practice makes perfect eventually. And when they change the rules, you'll probably mess up again because they change the, you know, manual, and they change things every time they release one, which they're probably going to do in the next few years anyway. So don't worry. It's just this is just a place where you can hone your skills in that area. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. If you want to send an early draft, email it to me, and I look forward to hearing from you in class this week.